Now sometimes what happens is, even though two graphs are actually the same, they might look different because of the way we draw them on the plane as well as the way we number the vertices. For example, if you see these two graphs are actually one and the same. Only difference is that the way they are represented on the board is different, and also the names that we have given to each vertex is different. Other than that, both the graphs are one and the same. Now such graphs are called as isomorphic graphs. So what is meant by isomorphism is, an isomorphism from a simple graph G to a simple graph H is a bisection F from vertices of G to vertices of H such that UV belongs to E of G if F of U and F of V belongs to E of H. So what is the meaning of it is, if you want to show that these two graphs are isomorphic, see, now if you have these vertices, here you have W, Y and X and Z, and here you have A, B, C and D. Now what I mean by isomorphism is, for every vertex here you should be able to find a vertex there in such a way that after mapping all these vertices, if two vertices are adjacent here, those two vertices should be adjacent there, right? So what I mean by isomorphism is, see this, for every vertex here, so for example Wx, Yz this side, you should be able to find a vertex on the other side, on the other graph, in such a way that once you do this mapping, if two vertices are adjacent here, they should be, the corresponding vertices should be adjacent there. So see this, whether this one is isomorphic or not. Now you are saying that W you are mapping to C, and X you are mapping to B, and Y you are mapping to D, and Z you are mapping to A, according to this mapping, right? Now once that mapping is done, you should map them in such a way that whatever vertices are adjacent here, the corresponding vertices should be adjacent there. Now see this, W and X are adjacent here, right? Now what is W and X here? C and B. So C and B are also adjacent here, got it? And X and Y are adjacent here, right? Now what is X and Y? B and D. Now see this, B and D are adjacent here, and similarly Y and Z are adjacent here, right? And so what happens here? Y and Z adjacent, right? D and A. Now D and A, where is D and A? These are adjacent, right? Therefore one other way of looking at it is, if they are adjacent, so see, if they are isomorphic, let us say two graphs are isomorphic, then what can you draw is, definitely number of vertices will be same. Why? Otherwise you cannot give one-to-one mapping, isn't it? Bisection is one-to-one and onto. If the number of vertices are not equal, you cannot give one-to-one and onto mapping, got it? Therefore the number of vertices are equal, and since the adjacencies are equal, you can say that the number of degrees are also number of edges are also equal, right? And also the number of if you equate the degree sequence, that will also be equal, which means if you write down what is the degree sequence of all the vertices here, then you will get the same degree sequence here. And if you want to see one more similarity, or if you want to see one more property, if you try to write down the adjacency matrix for this and the adjacency matrix for this, now you can get one adjacency matrix equal to other adjacency matrix by doing some row interchanges. So what I mean to say is, let us say you have written the adjacency matrix for this and adjacency matrix for this, right? So depending on what rows you assign to which vertices, they might look different, but somehow you can swap the rows of one adjacency matrix till you get the other adjacency matrix, right? If two graphs are isomorphic, you can get some way of representing the adjacency matrix in such a way that both of them will be equal. Got it? Okay.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and IITs universities better than IITs. They have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkey's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkey, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkey is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkey. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.